Hey, welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the K12 Sports Tech AD Think Tank on the Educational AD Podcast. We're going to be right back with this week's Think Tank guest, but first, we want to give a shout out to every one of our sponsors, including K12 Sports Tech. Take the next 3 minutes, listen to our shout outs. These are all companies that I used as an athletic director. You should be using them too. Um, we'll be right back with our guests. So take a listen to these shout outs, then listen to our interview, then go and visit these sponsors. I'm telling you, you're going to be glad you did. We want to thank K12 Sports Tech for sponsoring the Think Tank. K12 helps athletic directors and vendors connect through education and hands on consulting. Athletic directors are also invited to join the K12 Sports Tech AD Think Tank and help influence how companies shape their tech to better serve schools. To find out more, just go to k12sportstech.com. We also want to say thanks to Vital Signs Wall of Fame. If you're looking for a really cool way to display your school record boards for all the teams, for all the events, or show off your school's Hall of Fame, go to Vital Signs Wall of Fame. Take a look at their interactive touchscreen video consoles. That's Vital Signs Wall of Fame. And don't forget to mention the podcast. We want to thank our good friends at Huddle. As a football coach, I used Huddle for years. As an AD, we were a Huddle school. Go to huddle.com. Join the 8 million users and turn your school into a Huddle school. We also want to thank our friends at Snap Mobile, particularly Snap Raise. Have you ever spent weeks and weeks with a fundraiser and been disappointed in the results? Well, those days are gone. Go to snapraise.com. We used it at our school, tremendous success, and so will you. Go to snapraise.com for more information. We want to thank Sideline Interactive, indoor score tables and video boards. Go to sidelineinteractive.com. You can schedule a web session, a live web session, to check out their great products. It's probably one of the best purchases I ever made. That's Sideline Interactive indoor score tables and video boards. We want to thank our friends at Home Campus. Home Campus is the official sports administration software platform for a number of states and tons of high schools. And even if your state has a different administration software, you can be a home campus school. I'm telling you, their athletic clearance and eligibility platform alone is worth investigating. Go to homecampus.com and don't forget to mention the podcast. We want to say thank you to Gipper. Go to Gipper.com and their team will turn you into a social media marketing expert, whether it's social media posts to celebrate victories, or entire communication templates for newsletters and more. They're going to have you up and running in no time. It's professional graphic design made easy. Go to Gipper.com for more information. We want to say thank you to Ohio University and their online masters in athletic administration. It's very affordable. It's just 20 months, totally online. And while you're completing your master's, you're also earning 11 NIAAA leadership training courses at no extra charge. Can't beat that. Check out Ohio University's online masters in athletic administration. We want to thank our good friends at Hometown. You already know that Hometown is the leading digital ticketing provider to schools and colleges. But how about athletic website construction, fee-free fundraiser, and a whole lot more? Go to hometown.com. They're changing the game for schools and organizations. Whether you're an AD, a coach, or a principal, let Hometown show you all the great things that they can do to save time and help you raise more money. That's hometown.com. And we want to thank Athletic Surveys by LifeTrack. If you're not using a survey to take the pulse of your parents, your student athletes, even your coaches, you're missing out on a great opportunity. Go to athleticsurveys.com. They're going to create a custom survey just for you that lets you connect with your stakeholders. That's athleticsurveys.com. Welcome back, everybody, to another segment of the K12 Sports Tech AD Think Tank. We're going up to Boston today, and we're going to be visiting with Kiara Arce. She is the regional athletic coordinator for the Boston Public Schools. We're going to hear all about that. We're also joined, of course, by Alec Brown. He's the COO of K12 Sports Tech. Kiara, welcome to the think tank.
Thank you. Nice to be here.
And Alec, welcome back.
Thanks, Jake. Thanks for having me again.
Okay. Well, for our listeners, like most of you, school's out, final exams are over, the kids have gone home, and it's on to either summer vacation or summer camps and summer opportunities for leaders. Kiara, we always like to let our listeners have a chance to get to know our guests a little bit. So give us that quick bio. Tell us your life story in 60 seconds, and then we'll talk about how you got involved with the K12 Sports Tech 80 Think Tank.
Sounds good. So, hi, I'm Kiara Arce. I graduated high school from Weston High. I was a MECO student. MECO is a busing program in Boston. I went to college 4 years, got my bachelor's at LaSalle University for sports management. I did it in 3.5 years because I graduated a semester early. Summa cum laude. I always like to put that in there because that's a big achievement.
Absolutely, yeah.
First generation student, so it was pretty cool. Right after college, I got to the Framingham Boys and Girls Club. While I was there, got the call for BPS and did all 3 interviews and got the job. So I left the Boys and Girls Club, came to BPS, became the regional athletic coordinator. I've been there for it's about to be 3 years. So I'm a 2 and 11 months in right now. 2 years, 11 months in. So it's been pretty cool. Been pretty cool process.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I already told you this. We're going to have to get you on the podcast for a full interview. Briefly, I'm going to guess in Florida we have a number of county athletic directors that kind of work with and oversee sometimes 5, sometimes 20 different high schools. I'm guessing that your regional athletic coordinator position might be similar.
Yes, I oversee 8 to 10 schools, and I say 8 to 10 just because some of our middle schools and high schools are kind of shutting down at the moment and closing. So I have a couple schools closing down, so that gives me a little less. But yeah, 8 to 10 high
Okay.
schools in the
Oh, that's
district.
got to be exciting. Very cool. Congratulations too. And don't
Thank
you
you.
be shy about that cum laude. You beat that drum. That is very impressive. Okay. Um, you can catch your breath. Alec, for new listeners, a lot of times, AEDs especially, they're kind of leery. Oh, geez, it's a sales pitch and all that. And it's the furthest thing from it. But let our listeners know that, hey, you're one of us. Tell us your athletic background.
Yeah, thanks, Jake. So my background is in education. Started my professional career in Chicago as a teacher. Quickly moved into administration and was at a school that they actually didn't offer any sports to their students. So sports was a big part of growing up in my life. So I didn't really think that was right. So I asked my principal one day if I could start a sports program, not really knowing what I was getting into, and she said yes. So that led me on a path to work in sports, and I've continued there ever since. I left that school after a little while and went on to run a program in Chicago called Beyond Sports Foundation, which was geared towards helping high school and college student athletes prepare for life after sports through job training and workforce development and professional development, things like that. And then met Abby, who's the founder of K12 Sports Tech, and came on as a partner with her about a year and a half ago. And it's been a great experience ever since to get to meet a lot of ADs like Kiara and build our company. What we are is a consulting and resource hub that connects ADs with sports tech vendors. And we do that primarily through what we call the AD Think Tank, which is a group of athletic administrators that help us in our work from all over the country, from all different types of programs. ADs love it because they get a chance to be a key voice in sports tech, get some early insights on new platforms and solutions that are out there to make their lives easier, and they get compensated for their time. So it's a great experience all around, and something I'm happy to continue to build.
Boy, thanks for sharing that. And again, for our listeners, the K12 Sports Tech, from my perspective, it's just such a cool platform. Again, it's free for athletic directors to get involved with. It's free. And as we will explain, it's better than free. You actually have the opportunity to earn money to get paid. But it's a connector for ADs. So you can build your network with ADs across the country. And also, here's the unique aspect, it connects athletic directors with sport vendors, the people that you're buying equipment, uniform, everything from in any sense. And it also connects those vendors with you, but in a very unique relationship. The vendors are seeking your input. They're asking you, how can we make our product better? Kiara, let's bounce back to you. How did you first hear about the think tank? And now that you've been a member, what have been some of your experiences with other ADs and with the vendors?
I actually heard about AD Think Tank from one of my coworkers, Billy Siddig. He's the assistant athletic director for BPS. He just texted me and the two other regional athletic coordinators, said, hey, like there's an opportunity here for you guys to just become better ADs. He knows that we're all three of us who got hired at the same time in the same position, same role. He knew that we all just wanted more on our plate, just wanted to do a little bit more. So we connected on, just trying to get more opportunity to have more educational opportunities to just learn more, because you can only learn so much. Boston is just different from other districts. It's just, a lot of other towns or cities have one AD, one school, one middle school, one high school, but Boston, we have over 30 high schools, over 30 middle schools, over 100 schools in total. So it's just very different. So just being able to learn about what the different towns and cities do was the big key in that.
Oh, yeah. Building your network. It's one of the most important things that I share when I speak to athletic directors or aspiring ADs. I say, you need to make that phone call. You need to send that email. You need to reach out and connect. And the think tank, that there's a ready-made group of athletic directors for you to do that. Have you had an opportunity yet to participate in any of the consulting opportunities through the think tank?
So I've done one so far. This is going to be, I guess, my second one, but the first one I did was with Omela for like fundraising. So that one was good. I was actually a softball coach this year, so I was able to use Omela for our softball program, and it was pretty cool. I ended up meeting with a couple people from Omela. They were very, very helpful. That's like one thing that I really appreciated about them. The whole team of people that I was in contact with were very helpful, very willing to, hop on a Zoom, hop on a Google Meet, whatever the case is, and just meet and talk about what steps I should be taking to make the fundraising page better. What I should set as goals, because when I first started, it was just like the general setup of the Omela page, but there was so much more that you could do with the page, and I had no idea until I actually sat down and sat on a Zoom with one of the Omela team members, and he went through some examples with me, and I found out that there's so many things that you could do with that fundraising page that just make it so personable. And that's a really big key aspect in fundraising, especially for a team. You got to make it personable. You have to give the kids incentives to even want to like get on there and send the links to fundraise the money for them. Like, kids these days don't really understand how, like, what actually goes into, having a team and fundraising for the team and getting the equipment. And they just show up and be like, yeah, I'm here for practice, I'm here for a game, and that's it. But how much you can actually personalize the page. You add videos, you add pictures, add a bio about the student athletes, what they need, What are you fundraising for? That is just all like super, super important things that a lot of other platforms that you probably can use, like GoFundMe is very, it's you have the picture, you have the bio, and that's like it. But with Omela, you can add the video, you can add like, hey, if you have, if one kid sends to 20 people and they have over $25 in donations, they get a sweater, or all those
Right.
incentives for the kids. And it's good for other people and like those family friends of the students to interact with them so that they could get the jacket that they want, or the hoodie that they want.
Right. Oh no, absolutely. Great points. Now I got to ask a question. I'm assuming, I'm hoping the fundraiser was successful.
It was slow start. BPS is very different. A lot of our kids, and compared to the suburbs, and I say this because I personally went to a school in the suburbs, so my experience versus like my students that I have now experience is very, very different. And we had parents in the suburbs that were overly involved, always there. And in BPS, it's not always the case. Like, not every kid has a parent showing up to the game. Parents work late shifts, or they aren't as present, and there's not a lot of push.
Right.
There's not a lot of motivation in these kids to like do what they need to do. So depending on the school too, each school is very different. Like, it's Boston Public Schools. You would think that every school has its, same, system, but every school is different.
Right.
And
Right.
every administrator at every school is different, and they do things a very different way. So with the school that I was involved in, Brighton High School, these girls weren't as motivated to do certain things because of the coach they had prior to me.
Sure.
So it was hard to get the ball rolling on some of these things.
Well, I mean, it sounds like it's a work in progress, but
Yeah.
good for you for getting that ball rolling. Alec, what's some of the feedback that you've gotten from athletic directors and vendors about the consulting relationship that's developed through your platform?
Yeah, I think it's been great all around. ADs like it. Like I said before, they get compensated for their work. It's nothing that's going to change their life in any way, but it's a nice to have, and it shows that their time is valued. But also, on some of our AD engagement projects, they get a chance to learn about tools that might be new to the space that they didn't know existed or didn't know it was an option for them previously. They get to give feedback on those tools to help our vendor clients improve those tools and improve their platform. And then in our pilot programs, like Kiara is a part of, they get to actually go out and use the tool and again give feedback while they're using it, so that these companies can go back, improve their platforms, and therefore help a lot more athletic departments, from all over, whether they be from Boston Public Schools or from other types of schools. They get a wide variety of feedback from different types of ADs that can help them improve their tools, for everyone.
Yeah, and for me, that's been one of the most impressive things. Can you share a little bit about the types of feedback that ADs have given and how it's impacted the company?
Yeah, they give all kinds of feedback. I mean, it never ceases to really amaze me some of the good points that our ADs come up with that makes me think maybe they should be the ones inventing the solutions. Um, but yeah, for everything from there's been a name change in a company, which I know we've talked about in previous podcasts. There's been a lot of pricing changes. A lot of times companies will come in um, to working with us with a one price fits all idea of what they're going to do. And they quickly realize that schools have vastly different budgets and vastly different abilities to go out and make tech purchases. So a lot of times they'll change their pricing structure or offer different options based on our AD feedback. So that's been really nice to see because tools become more accessible, which has been great. We've had ADs give feedback on marketing materials, on when to show things like their price. A lot of vendors go into calls thinking that they have to hide their price or not mention it till the very end of the call, which we've seen is kind of exactly the opposite of what the AD wants. They want to know the price up front, and it kind of drops their guard a little bit, and they know that yes, this might be an accessible tool for my school or for my budget. So yeah, every day we have more calls, and every day I'm really pleasantly surprised by the feedback that our ADs give. It's really great to see.
Uh, Kiara, I know a lot of ADs. I know I was always this way. You just kind of dreaded that cold call or that cold email, from a vendor. And I think um, they hear about joining this group. They're imagining incorrectly, but they're imagining that their inbox is just going to blow up with all these emails from different vendors. Can you share, what the experience really is like once you join the think tank?
It's been very like just very straightforward, very easy. They give you all the steps that you need to take in order to get things done. So as soon as I like signed up I think a couple days later, you go in, you look at what projects you want to be a part of, you insert your name, and the K12 team, once someone will contact you on if you're going to participate or not. And then right after that, it's just like you get into the steps. So it's very easy. It's just like one, two, three. You just get in there and just do it. You do your part. And as long as you're doing your part, then the rest will follow.
No, and again, I think that's such a cool feature of the platform. Uh, Alec, we mentioned the vendor directory, and I know that's fairly new, but what can you share with our listeners about the vendor directory?
Yeah, thanks, Jake, for bringing it up. The vendor directory launched just this month, and it is an opportunity for us to just fulfill our mission on a much larger scale. Up to this point, we've done consulting projects with many different vendors, but obviously there's a limit to the amount that we can do that with and work with our think tank. So with the vendor directory, it's truly a centralized hub where ADs will be able to research all the vendors in the space online in one spot, and compare and contrast and find the best tools for themselves or their programs personally. Um, it's designed to be built by ADs for ADs. So a lot of the feedback that you see in the vendor directory about different solutions comes directly from other think tank members through reviews. So vetted sources, ADs from other programs that are using these tools that you can then look upon to make the best decision for your program when you're looking for fundraising tools or athletics management tools or scoreboard tools or whatever it may be.
Yeah, and you mentioned vetted. To become a member of the think tank, there is a vetting process, and to leave feedback for these vendors in the directory. Not only do you have to be a member, that the comments that you leave, the reviews that you make, those are also vetted before going up. So it's a win-win for athletic directors as well as vendors. Let's go ahead and cut to the chase. If one of our listeners is not already a member of the think tank, or if a vendor's listening and wants more information, what's the best way that they can get a hold of you?
Yeah, so you can always go to our website, k12sportstech.com. But maybe even quicker is just to reach out to me directly. So my email is alec, ALEC, at k12sportstech.com.
And Kiara, if one of our listeners wants to reach out and connect with you, add you to their network, and listeners, I think you got a rising star here. Or if they just want to find out how you do things there at Boston Public, what's the best way that our listeners can connect with Kiara Arce?
My email is KRC. It's KARCE at bostonpublicschools.org. Email is always best at the end of, if I respond to your email at the end of my email, I also have my cell phone number. I have a work phone. So that way, and then our office number as well.
Well, Kiara, all the best for a fun and hopefully relaxing summer. Alec, always great to connect with you. We're looking forward to getting you back here in the United States soon. And thanks for all you do with K12 Sports Tech.
Thanks, Jake. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
For our listeners, just a reminder that we do these think tank segments just about every week and just about every day. We try to share stories from the world of athletics along with some best practices on the Educational AD podcast. So thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time. As always, before we go, we want to give one more shout out to our great sponsors, especially K12 Sports Tech for sponsoring these AD think tank segments. If you're not a member of the think tank, go to k12sportstech.com and get signed up. We want to say thanks to our good friends at Gipper. Go to gipper.com, start creating world-class marketing content. Vital Signs Wall of Fame, hands down, the best way to display school record boards or your Hall of Fame. Also saves tremendous space in your gymnasium, your hallway. Go to vitalsignswalloffame.com. Snap Mobile, especially Snap Raise. If you're looking for a fundraiser, you just found it, and it's Snap Raise. Huddle. As a football coach, I used Huddle. As an AD, we were a Huddle school. Go to huddle.com. Athletic surveys. Go to athleticsurveys.com. Start taking the pulse of your players, your parents, and your coaches. Sideline Interactive, indoor score tables and video boards. Go to sidelineinteractive.com. Home Campus is an athletic information platform. It will change your life. Go to homecampus.com. Hometown, they've got digital ticketing, they've got fundraising, they have athletic website construction, and a lot more. Go to hometown.com. Don't forget to mention the podcast. And Ohio University and their online masters in athletic administration. Check it out and tell them you heard about it on the podcast. Thanks again for listening. We'll see you next time on the Educational AD.